So happy to be sitting in this seat with two wonderful men in my life. How you doing, Matt?
Where?
I was going to say the
I'm,
same.
I'm looking at both of you. So first of all, how are you doing, Matt?
I'm here. I'm present. I'm good.
Actually, you look pretty cheerful.
I look pretty cheerful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't sleep very well, so,
What's on your mind?
just work and life and being busy. It's a good time. Normally it's not busy this time of year, so I'm very grateful for being very busy.
Well, actually, I am really happy to hear that, being busy. That must mean that your new ad that I'm hearing is working very well.
Yeah, it's working real well.
Good.
I'm
And
still desperate, though.
you are not desperate. It's your buyers who are
Yeah.
desperate. And let me tell you, the voice behind that I hear is a lovely Drew Imity. Your voice is good in that commercial.
Thank you. I get the fun parts.
You do get the fun parts. That's right. And you're driving those customers to him like everything.
We're trying.
So
Trying.
I have to ask you all, I have spent a week and a half not knowing what day it is. I just couldn't, but Christmas and New Year's should not come in the middle of the week. It's just too confusing for me.
I was going to say, that's just my life. I don't ever know what day it is until I look at the calendar.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Maybe
I have to be very on schedule. You know me.
I must just be a routine person because I was really confused quite a bit of the time. So it's good to be back to this Monday through Friday and then have fun on the weekends.
So you're on Drew's level then, because Drew's always confused,
I stay confused. It's a lot easier.
right?
Oh, now. Let's not start in with the ageism.
See, I didn't even say it. Carol did it, Drew. You heard her.
Oh, come on now.
I was
She
thinking it.
thought some of it might bleed over. That's why.
He's
We're
ju-
protecting
he's
them.
just a boy to me, let me tell you. Just a boy. Okay, so I have got to ask you this question. My first today is the daily designations.
Daily designations. Okay,
We're
got
trying
it.
to figure that out yesterday, right?
Yeah, I was
Daily
trying to figure out what the word was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Designation.
Yeah.
It's National Take Down the Christmas Tree Day. Now, I have to tell you, this is a very important one to me because I have always been raised that you have to take your Christmas tree down on New Year's Day or it's bad luck. His family was the Epiphany Celebrator, which is today, Tuesday the 6th of December. So when do you take your Christmas tree down? Matt?
Never.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe January of 2030. I took a lot of time and work and effort to put it up, and I put it
heard-
up once every 10 years, so it's going to stay up for a while.
Is it really?
No, it's driving me batty. I just haven't had time.
See?
I haven't even taken down my lights outside, and that looks bad.
Well, you don't turn them on anymore.
No, I unplugged them. Yeah.
At least that. So now we'll wait until February. There's somebody in our neighborhood that has lights permanently installed, and he changes them for the holiday. So in February, they're going to be this running red, pink, white. Red, pink, white. Just drives me nuts. So is your tree down, Drew?
Yes.
When did it come down?
Let's see. This weekend,
Okay.
the last weekend.
Now, did you do it or did Jamie do it?
We work together. I go and underneath the house, get all the boxes, bring them back up. She packs them. I bring them back down. I bring the tree down, and then I do all the outside lights and decorations. So
See, it is really a big job. It is truly a big job.
Christmas.
So our biggest one is we have a wreath that's about 4 feet in diameter, 5 feet, just huge. And watching Ken get that up the ladder on that hook is always a terrifying thing, but he is very steady on his feet, my Ken.
I was going to say, are you doing that on purpose? Like you're trying to get him to go up a ladder so hopefully he comes down fast?
No.
Like, that's cruel, Carol.
Oh, that would be absolutely cruel. No, he's very sure-footed. I have no worry about that.
you're not steadying the ladder for him, are you? That'd make him nervous.
No, I don't do any of that. I'm a good partner in that. But I have now decided that maybe I have to rethink this because it's very festive in our house when it's all decorated and not very festive when it's not. So maybe next year we'll leave them up. But I have to ask if you know what happens to the Rockefeller Christmas tree when it's taken down. Drugel, do you know?
I'm sure just like all the other Christmas trees, they go in a pile and they turn into mulch and
Not the answer. I have to tell you, I have a different answer for you. After they take it down, it's actually donated to Habitat for Humanity, which uses it to make kitchen cabinets and furniture.
yeah,
I think that's really cool
they
because I
reuse
would have thought it would have been all chopped up too.
what's amazing is they take some of the best trees out, one tree a year, which won't, but I mean, that's a pretty unbelievable tree.
How tall is it? Do you have any idea?
I will try to find out.
Okay, we'll figure out how many kitchen cabinets. I can't imagine that it would be all that many kitchen cabinets from one tree, though.
No, a tree that size? Oh, I'd say probably 3 or 4 houses.
Oh, wow.
I would think so. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about Leza as we talk about this next designation. It is National Cuddle Up Day. And the reason I thought about Leza is
Bubba.
the picture of it shows a dog. Now,
Yeah.
I'd be cuddling up with Ken, but she would be cuddling up with her boyfriend, Bubba.
What does that say about Scott? Poor Scott. He's all alone and cold.
He's not all
watching
alone to cuddle. I'm sure
Bubba and Leza on the other side of the couch.
she's got enough warmth to go around. I'm certain
True.
that that's the case. That's the case.
What, you never cuddle up with Max?
Oh, I do. But
Okay.
I would tell you, I believe the greater cuddler upper of Max is Ken. Max is really Ken's dog. It's his boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him yesterday.
Isn't that the truth? Where'd you see him?
True Value.
True Value.
Yeah, I was picking up some bolts. I had 15 minutes between showings, and I was picking up some bolts, and he's walking around with Max and hits me up while I'm in the checkout line.
Well, I tell you what, mostly what happens in those stores is that women hit on Max. Because I will tell you that Max is a babe magnet.
Yeah, well, I might have to borrow Max.
I was going to say, maybe.
Yeah, because, I mean, the cashier she's a young, cute thing, and she came around and was petting Max and giving him treats and all kinds. I shouldn't have said that, but
And
yeah.
you were thinking, what about me?
Right.
I've offered him Bella.
Oh, Bella would be a
The
magnet
the
as
Bella
well.
girl's a magnet. That's for sure.
Okay.
All right, I have the answer to your question.
Please, that'd be great.
Without the stand, it's 28 feet.
28 feet.
Correct.
Wow, that's a really tall tree.
It's a very
So
large.
they started off. I don't know if they cut it all down, but they apparently they look at trees at 40 feet and then find the best ones and go from
Wow. I'm envisioning myself in that redwood forest and those huge, huge trees above me. Anyway, so I have a question for you, Matt.
I don't know.
Have you seen Song Sung Blue?
I have not yet. No, I've heard it's very good.
Oh my God.
Did you see it?
Yes,
Oh.
and it is fabulous. I was waiting for you. Have you seen it, Drew?
No, Jamie and Maddie went to see it the other night when I was out.
And did they
And
just come
oh,
back?
They just came back. They loved it. They thought it was great.
So, what's the name of the Timothy Chalamet movie that?
Marty Supreme. That's the one I saw.
So, some of my family went to see Marty Supreme, and this part of the family went to see Ken and Kay and I went to see Song Sung Blue, and later on, my niece emailed me or texted me and said, "We would have rather seen anything else than." Marty Supreme. So I guess it didn't make 5 stars like you gave it.
I liked it. I thought it was great. But my co-host, I just recorded my podcast last night. My co-host did not like it at all.
Wow. It's odd to see that a movie that some people think is so wonderful, the others don't.
It's very polarizing. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, this one, Song Sung Blue, is not polarizing unless you're the son, apparently, the son of the guy who is depicted in the movie. He said that that was not really his dad's life, and he was left out of the show. I think he's not very happy.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Interesting. So, what are you reviewing this week?
So Greenland 2 comes out on Thursday, and I'm going to go to the theater with my buddy Clint and probably my buddy Brian and his wife Teresa. She's my friend too, but yeah. I'm getting quite the group on Thursdays.
Actually, I think that's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you're not going to review Song Sung Blue.
I try and do new movies. So Song Sung Blue has been out for a couple weeks.
All right, I know.
I have no problem seeing it, and I bet you it's going to be nominated. And I try and see every single Best Picture nominee every year.
I think that's great.
It's a lot of work. Last year was a lot of work. I missed 2. I got through 8 of them, and I missed 2. There's 10 last year.
So in the Valley, Harkins does one of these sell you a ticket so you can see all the movies, like 3 a day.
They do that here too.
I
They
didn't
do it
know
at
that.
all locations. Yep.
Well, if I just have the energy to do it, maybe I'll do that because I think it's pretty exciting.
What they do here is you don't have to watch all 3. You buy the package, and then you go and see the one you want, and you have a certain time period to do it. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, actually, I think I might do that. You do that, or you've already
No,
seen
honestly,
them
honestly, typically by the time they announce them, I've seen at least half.
all? Oh,
So it doesn't make sense for me to spend a bunch of money to see movies I already saw.
Oh,
So I
that's
just
true.
go and see the ones that I missed.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so a full moon in January is called what?
Snow Moon?
That's February. That was very close. I am impressed. When I look this up, I'm impressed. Do you know what it's
Wow.
called, Drew? I can't hear you.
The Blue Moon.
Well, actually,
That's the
it's
fifth
good
full
to
moon,
drink.
isn't it?
That's really good to drink. It's actually called a wolf moon.
Wolf Moon.
Yes, I know,
Huh.
and I've heard it called that this month for some reason. But it's probably an old Native American tradition, as they go outside during January and listen to the increase of howling of wolves. And apparently, it's because there's not as much food for them, so they're hungry and howling in January. So it's called a wolf moon.
It's not a werewolf moon? Just Wolf Moon?
Depends on what part of the world you're in, I guess.
Got it. Okay. All right.
If you want it to be called that, you can.
I don't-
So I think we're going to stop here and
Ooh,
take our.
do I get to do my thing?
You do. I think
Oh,
you have a
here we go.
beautiful
Oh,
thing
no.
to do.
Okay. All right. All right. So I don't do this. So those of you who are streaming, I'm sorry. But there I am. All right. So it is Turquoise Tuesday. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. Hold on. Let me get it on the right way.
You can see he's not, fashion conscious.
I'm not fashion conscious at all. I'm
he
terrible.
doesn't
Hold
wear
on.
a lot of cuff
There.
bracelets.
Oh, no, wrong way. I can't get it. Here, I'm just going to hold it. I
Here.
want to show it off. Well, okay, here, Carol, I will give it to you.
Okay.
So Carol's going to put it on, and then I get to take myself off the camera. So
Thanks,
this
Matt.
one, Carol, over here. So it is
Very
Turquoise
nice.
Tuesday, and I'm sorry if this is a bit of a disaster, but yeah, Black Arrow jewelry. I was wearing a standout piece today from Black Arrow Native American Jewelry and Art. This David Rosales Morenci turquoise inlaid sterling silver bracelet. Look at that thing. The Morenci turquoise has that deep, rich blue with natural character set into a contemporary silver cuff with twisted wire and an oxidized etched background that really makes the stone pop. It's bold without being flashy, the kind of bracelet you can wear every day, but it still feels special. And it does. It's very heavy. It's a lot of silver in it. David Rosales, founder of Supersmith, is one of the top contemporary Southwest artists out there, and every one of his pieces is handcrafted and backed by lifetime guarantee. It's modern native design done right. And so let me put up the picture because I messed that up too. I don't know if it's so much I messed it up. I'm doing a lot. So
Actually, it is beautiful, and
There's the
you should
detail.
get it.
yeah, oh yeah, you should. And don't forget, if you go by today, make sure and mention you heard about us from Leza Live and Carol Chamberlain Live. I don't know.
Just tell them Leza sent
Leza
ya.
sent you. Just say Leza sent you. That's the ad, right?
That's it.
So, anyways, there we go. On to our break. Sorry, here comes the ads.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Carol Chamberlain in for the lovely Leza live on the news 103.5 KYCA. So lucky today to have with us Megan Smith, the publisher of the Daily Courier. Welcome, Megan.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so happy to have you here. I sit on a committee for the newspaper, and I've just been so impressed with your vision and leadership. But I want to start back a while. So, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in a really small town in Central Oregon,
Named
Gilchrist,
close to.
just south of Bend.
Oh, so you didn't see sunshine for how many years?
People always ask that. So west or east of the Cascades, so not quite as rainy as the west side, but yes, cold and lots of snow.
Huh. So you graduated from high school there?
Yes, I did.
How big was the town?
Very small. So I graduated in a class of 27.
Oh, really small.
Yep. And 17 of us went K through 12 together. And there were 5, 6 of us that had parents that also graduated from that high school in the same. It was a K through 12 school.
Wow. Okay, so that just made the dating pool sort of small.
Very.
See, I thought my graduating class was small at 150.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're just going to move on from
Yeah.
that. So, after that, you went to college. Where?
I did. I went first to Eastern Oregon University. I stayed there a year, and then I transferred to a smaller community college to play basketball for a couple years. Then I transferred to Oregon State and finished up my business degree.
So, did you play basketball at Oregon State?
Nope, just at the community college.
Okay.
Blue Mountain.
You don't look like a basketball player.
Yep.
But you could hit that bucket.
I could. That was my jam. Yep.
I really love that. So, you graduated with a business degree.
Yep.
So, when you were 10 years old, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Probably a professional basketball player.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, where did you get your inspiration?
Small community, right? So limited activities, but I started playing basketball when I was in about the 4th grade, and that was really my passion. I was always a good student, but basketball was really my passion.
Oh my gosh, I just love that. I played basketball for one semester in high school.
Did you like it?
It was
No.
it was split court women's basketball at the time, and I'm pretty sure I was a guard. Not that. Okay, so at 10 years old, you wanted to be a basketball player. When you realized you weren't going to be a basketball star, when did you realize that you wanted to go in the direction of business?
I toyed with a few things. I considered getting a history degree and being a teacher, and I really considered getting a law degree. I always thought it'd be really neat to be an attorney in the Navy.
In the Navy?
In the Navy.
So, Navy men or people in your background?
No. Maybe
there
that
must be a
show-
movie.
that-
There
I was
must.
going to say that JAG. Was it called JAG?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Actually, my sister just talked about JAG the other day. I think that's really funny. Okay, so you wanted to be a JAG. I think they do
Yeah.
call them JAG.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I toyed with a few things, but then, when I was at Oregon State, I happened to take a marketing class from a really great professor and kind of fell in love with the idea of a business degree and a marketing degree and what that might look like. And I actually took a job with a internship with the newspaper at Oregon State.
Okay.
That's where I got my start.
Okay, so that's where the seed was planted. Okay, so walk me through what happened next. You've begun to think about newspapers and
Yeah. So I, college newspapers are really cool because you get to see every facet. I got to have a territory, I got to sell ads, I got to design ads. You got to watch the process of, the paper being made. You got to help deliver and learn what a publisher does, learn what an editor does, all the parts and pieces. So from there, I moved back to my hometown for a little bit, took a few different jobs, and then my husband and I decided to make the move to Arizona, and the position was open at the Courier. and I took an entry-level sales job, and I had a bit of a head start because I was familiar with the industry and how to run a sales territory.
Sure.
And yeah,
Well, so somewhere along the way here, you met your husband in college?
no, I met him when I came home from college. So we grew up in the same town. We went to the same high school, but we're about 7 years apart. So we didn't know each other in school, but after school.
That was that dating pool I was talking
Yes.
about earlier.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay.
It was big enough.
Well, especially if you
Yep.
cover some years
Yeah.
there. So together you moved to Prescott. How long ago?
14 years.
And had you started your family yet?
No.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah. So we lived here about 2 years. We weren't married when we first came here. So
Mhm.
we got married, and then we had our first daughter. She just turned 11.
Ooh.
And yeah, I loved to work. I loved my job at the Courier, but having kids was the greatest blessing. So after her, we had 3 more.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And this family spans some time. Your youngest is how old?
He just turned 1 in November.
1 to 11. Oh, that makes me tired to think about it. So, how was your holiday? How was Christmas? What does Christmas look like with a family of 6?
Yeah, it was good. You know, we tried to kind of downsize this year, focus more on memories and adventures and things that are important, and less about items and different stuff. But I didn't take a ton of time off. But I really tried to embrace all the tradition. So baking cookies and
That's
writing
really
Santa letters and
I
all the fun
love it.
things.
So, what made you think about scaling down this year? Was it something specific that happened, or?
Yes, I'll tell you. So it was a reel that a friend sent me from Instagram, and it is of a young woman who's from North Korea, and her mother make their way into China, and they become separated. And at some point, she makes her way to America, and she's sort of a motivational speaker, but she's talking a little bit about her time. She talks about when she's in China, she sees a woman putting little things into a basket, and she asks her, what are you doing? What are these little things? And the woman says, this is a garbage can. You don't know what garbage is? And so she begins to explain that in North Korea, her entire childhood, there is no such thing as garbage. And she talks about how if your hair fell out while you were brushing your hair, you would collect it to make a fire. And she just kind of runs through just really basic everyday type things. And she talks about how you would use them or how they just don't exist. They don't have those things. And so it was really eye-opening to me, and with 4 children, you're always kind of trying to scale back the amount of things.
Sure.
So, but just the idea of naturally wanting to minimize the house to make less clutter, combined with seeing that reel and realizing that, all the items and the toys and the stuff, it's just not what's important and they don't need it. And we're a very busy family, so we're not at home with a lot of time to play with those things anyway. And I thought they just don't need it. And now is the perfect time to help them get acclimated and understand.
That is a wonderful story. I just love that. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. This is Carol Chamberlain in for the lovely Leza LaChapelle Dandos on the News 103.5 KYCA, talking with another lovely woman, Megan Smith, the publisher of the Daily Courier. So I loved that story of your Christmas. I really did.
Thank you.
But I want to do a little turn and talk about your core journalistic values. So let's start talking about what newspapers are to you and what your mission for our newspaper in the community is. Just an overview.
Yeah, absolutely. Newspapers, local newspapers, community newspapers are really the lifeblood of the community, and they're the storytellers and they're the history keepers. And so my goal, my mission, my vision with the Courier is really to expand the footprint, to modernize in ways that allows us to hold on to the tradition and the legacy of what newspapers are and what they mean to the community, but to adapt and to really be an audience for, or a platform for the future.
It's really very interesting. As I was getting ready for the show, I was thinking about what newspapers meant to me. So, I told you I was from Waxahachie, Texas, a population 12,000. Waxahachie Daily Light was our newspaper. And after I left and went to Chicago, I had a subscription sent to me so I could just stay up with what was going on in Waxahachie. But I never was a real newspaper reader until I had a boyfriend at maybe 23 or maybe 23 who was talking current events to me, and I must have had a blank look on my face. And he said to me, "You really need to start reading the newspaper." And it was a life-altering moment for me because that is where we are, where we sit on a daily basis. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
So tell me about how you balance local, investigative, and national news for the Daily Courier. I think this must be a really hard thing because most people want, I'm assuming, mostly local news from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a difficult thing to balance because everybody sits a different place on the spectrum. So, we always say if you're getting complaints from both sides or about both ends of an issue, then it means you're doing it right. But, what we focus on are the core issues: city, town council, supervisor board, local high schools. We try to focus on those things and then balance regional, not as much national. In today's climate, we do get quite a bit of input on national issues, and really every issue can be dwindled down to impact us locally. So the balance really is looking at, can readers get this national news or this regional news from other resources? And if they can go there and get it, then maybe it's something we pass on and we really hone in on the issues and the stories that you wouldn't be able to hear anywhere else.
It's true. I actually talk a lot about wanting my newspaper to be like I'm talking to a friend at the kitchen table, because that's what you really want out of your daily newspaper is those moments that you can talk to your friends about. You try to be balanced politically. The Courier,
Yes.
tries to be balanced politically. Do you feel like you do an adequate job of that?
Yes, I do. And again, it's, we always say if you're getting complaints from the right and the left, then, hopefully you're hitting in the middle. And
Exactly.
and it's hard, and every day is nuanced. So there's some days where things lean a certain way, but overall, if you take day over day, yes, we do a very good job.
I actually think you do too. I'm very impressed with that. So, what areas in the newspaper are you hoping to expand? What would if in your heart you could have anything you wanted, what would you have more of?
Reporters.
You would have more reporters.
Yeah, definitely in the newsroom. And it's a really interesting dynamic. And I was talking with a peer in the industry the other day, and I said, I might be the only local publisher in the country that's trying to grow the newsroom and grow the printed product. And he said, yeah, Meg, you might be. But, what newsrooms across the country really contracted in terms of their staffing. And I just believe really strongly that, everything starts with the content, the feet on the street reporters, and the more reporters that you have, the more that you are out there and in tune with what's happening in the community, and the better you can tell all of those stories. Because a lot of times the criticisms that we get really go back to the constraints in the newsroom, and you can only do so much at any given day.
I have to admit, I was really impressed. I went to a farewell event for the person who took my place at the Arizona Community Foundation of Yavapai County, and at her farewell party was a reporter.
Oh, awesome.
I thought, my goodness, wasn't one when I left during COVID. So, but I see your feet there. You lost two longtime reporters who retired.
Absolutely.
So you really started fresh in the newsroom.
Yes, fresh faces to the community, young journalists that are just getting out of school, and so that's really exciting. It's been really exciting.
They must be hungry to get their feet out in that newsroom. So where do they get their leads from? Oh, I hate to end a sentence with a proposition. From. Where do they get their leads?
Yeah, it's a combination of their sources. Every reporter works a different beat, and so they develop sources on that beat, and then direction given by the editor, direction potentially given by me.
Okay, perfect. We're going to stop here and take another break. We'll be right back after this. Hold on. Welcome back. It's Carol Chamberlain in for Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA, talking with Megan Smith, publisher of the Daily Courier. We were just talking during the break about how many reporters you have. You do a lot with how many reporters?
4.
4 reporters.
Yep.
That's a lot because, I mean, you publish 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So how can is it just those 4 reporters, or can anybody write an article and send it to you?
We do have a separate team of what we call stringers or freelancers, and so those are people that have journalism backgrounds that the editor has vetted, and they can submit stories, and it's sort of a case by case.
So I see a lot of talks of the town.
Mm-hmm.
I love talks of the town. I really do. So how can you get a talk of the town in? You just submit something you want to talk about, and if it's passable, you do, or does that come from a stringer as well?
The talks of the town sometimes are designated, but anybody can submit a letter to the editor.
Okay.
And that's really where you can letter to the editor or rants and raves, and those are a little more
Yeah.
short snippets, but letter to the editor.
Letter to the editor.
Mhm.
I tell you, I love all of that, I have to admit.
Mhm.
So, uh, who's your primary reader?
Readers tend to be probably 40 plus families, homeowners, educated people that are engaged in the community, business owners, families because they care about what's happening. Um, yeah, anyone.
So, I'm interested in. I'm a paper reader.
Yeah.
I take the paper, I get it in the morning, come in with my coffee, read as soon as the sun comes up, I start to read it. I don't think everybody does that anymore.
No.
What percentage of your readers are online?
The percentage of readers online for us are probably about 30, which is low. A lot of community newspapers across the country would report much higher usage of digital readers, but this is a unique market, and so we still have a value for that printed product. But one of the interesting things is online, there's an e-edition, which mirrors the printed edition, and that has very high readership. So one of the interesting dynamics for publishers is that people prefer the format of print, but they're busy, and so they want the ease of online.
I actually, when I'm away and I don't have the newspaper, I really do go to that one that looks like you're turning the pages
Yep.
of the newspaper. So I'm assuming that the reason that more people read print here are the 30% only are online is because we skew older in age.
Yeah. Tradition.
Tradition. All right, I guess that's it. So the biggest challenge, I'm guessing, what is the biggest challenge in reaching younger audiences and non-subscribers? How do you push those people into you? Oh, I guess you pull them in, not push them away.
Yeah.
Pull them in.
Pull them in. Well, that is the everyday challenge for a publisher is that funnel. So, where do we first connect with people? Is it through a newsletter? Is it through social media? And how do we pull them down that pipeline? And at what touch points do they become subscribers or become readers? But in a day and age where people are really flooded with a 24/7 news cycle, and it's that ability. People really want instant gratification. So whether it's Amazon, send me this item right now, Alexa, play me this song right now, whatever it is, and the newspaper is different because it's the overscope of the news of the day. So it's definitely a challenge.
It is a challenge, but when you think about it, we are so inundated with national news, and I mean, every single thing that happens anywhere you know about. But you're really the only place, and of course, radio is where we get our local bits of news. So that really does give you a leg up for readership, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other interesting thought too that I always think about is you hear a lot about people wanting to be unplugged or people needing to take a break, right? And how do you put your phone away and get away from the blue light? And one thing that I think is really interesting is if you want to disconnect from that cell phone but still stay connected to your community, the Courier is one of the only ways to do that.
Actually, I absolutely love that. It's a great way to feel that we can be a part of the news because really we are. It's stories about us. I think you're in for sort of an exciting period because when you talk about one of the things that you cover is the city council and all going on in the city, it's like buckle up your seatbelt. Don't you sort of think?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm guessing that the readership this year might be increasing.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just say that would be a very good thing. Okay. So are you experimenting with AI in news gathering at all?
We are not at the point that we are experimenting in terms of news gathering. I will say that we are utilizing it in different areas of the business in terms of efficiency. So, whether it's administrative or reporting type consolidation or marketing tasks, and we talk a lot about it, but we're not using it in any way in terms of the news. And when we do, we'll be really transparent with the reader about what that looks like.
Actually, it's I can imagine how hard this might be because my husband Ken laughs at me all the time because I'll see a lot of things on Facebook
Yeah.
and you'll look at it and think that's not true, but how do you really know? So you do have to be very careful about AI's input into.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be very careful. And, that's really the difference between if you think you're getting your news from Facebook versus a subscriber to the Daily Courier. Everything that we write, has a byline. Somebody signs off on it and says, I did this, I researched this is true. And so that's really the difference versus, what you're seeing on Facebook.
Thank you very much. I actually do believe everything that you all write. So I see a break sign coming up, but because I have a question that I want to ask you as soon as we get back. We'll be back in a second. News 103.5 KYCA, talking with Megan Smith, publisher of the Daily Courier. So, there's one thing I would really like to ask because I promised myself that our listeners would know the difference between an editor and a publisher by the time we left this broadcast. So, I now know, but why don't you tell us?
Yeah, so the editor oversees the newsroom, and so they make those day-to-day decisions about content and give direction to the reporters and the editorial staff. And the publisher, that role is overarching. So I oversee editorial along with sales and graphics and all of the other departments, IT, and then, we're very fortunate in that we still own a printing press. And so I get to also oversee a commercial printing press.
Okay, so I'm looking at what old movie, like 30, 40, 50s movies where you have to meet your deadline at midnight so that the printing press can get. Is that still happening?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're very deadline driven, and that's one of the unique things about our industry is that, and I tell especially salespeople when they come on board, we're one of the few places where we create our product brand new from scratch every day. So, and like I said, our printing press is also a commercial printing press, and so, we've got deadlines and you've got to hit them.
Oh my gosh. That would be a lot of pressure on a daily basis.
Yes.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we print 9 publications weekly and 10 to 12 monthly, plus all of the commercial work. So every day is a different deadline every hour of the day really is a deadline for some department somewhere.
So if I walked into that printing room, it would have those big old machines that are going like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I am
We'll have to give you a tour.
Actually, I would really love
Yeah.
that. So, if there is a dispute about something between the publisher and the editor, about something that's going to be written, who wins?
Publisher.
That's a very powerful position.
Yeah.
Does that happen much?
No, it doesn't happen much. I'd love to fancy myself as a collaborative type leader. So, and I'm learning a lot myself. I really came up on the sales side of the industry, and so the editorial side is very new to me. So when I have questions or I have concerns, we sit and we hash it out, and a lot of times, I learn something new too. So, yeah, but
That's good.
reporters and editorial staff, they have a very distinct mission every day to tell the story, to find the facts. And my role as the publisher is overall operations. So I have to take into account advertisers, readers, the business in a whole.
So, usually, does a publisher come up on that side of the house or the editorial side of the house?
It's kind of 50-50.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, but
Okay.
most publishers would either have been editors or they would have been advertising directors.
Okay.
For the most part.
Those and that's what you were.
Mhm.
Okay, so I heard something that you said a long time ago, and I was laughing at myself about this because I don't know to whom to attribute these quotes, but
Okay.
this first one is yours.
Okay.
You say that obstacles breed greatness and self-reflection is the greatest skill you can develop. I think that is very visionary.
Thank
Is
you.
that the way you feel all the time?
Yes. Yeah. Every day for me is ended in self-reflection. So, whether it's how to be a better leader, how to be a better friend, how to be a better mom, a better wife, I think that steadfast approach to constant improvement and really learning to be honest with yourself about when you made pitfalls, and we don't always acknowledge them to everyone around us, but if you can at least learn to acknowledge them in your head, then you can just constantly move yourself forward.
Instead of trying to hide them. I think that's really, very smart. And this was said of you: visionary, thinks big, creative and analytical. Her brain operates at a higher frequency. I thought that was such a cool thing to be said about anybody.
Thank you.
So, you're welcome. I wish I could tell you who said that. I hope you know.
I think I remember.
Okay. You can tell me later. So, tell me what, in closing, I want to say just a couple of things about you.
Okay.
You're very active in the community, not only in your work, but in your giving back. You danced for the stars.
I did.
Great experience.
Yes, absolutely. Very, very fun.
Would you do it again?
Well, I've done it once, so I don't know that I would need to do it again, but
Very well
I'm
put.
glad I did it.
That's good. And what else are you involved in community nonprofit? Anything?
Yeah, I'm part of the Prescott Chamber Board, so I was the chair this past year, so I'll be stepping down and but still be active part of that board.
Wow, I tell you what, it's amazing what you have accomplished and are still doing in the community. So we are not a news desert, and we are very lucky because
Absolutely. Community newspapers, like I said in the beginning, are really the lifeblood. And, we tell the day-to-day stories, and we're the historical holder of all of the things that have happened in a community. And when communities lose their newspaper, they see voter turnout drop, they see philanthropic giving decrease, and they see increased corruption. So we're very fortunate.
we are certainly lucky to have you. We're lucky to have KYCA, where we can talk with you, and the Daily Courier, where we can read things that are going on. We are just happy that we are so well informed as a community. And I have to say thank you so much, Megan, for being with us this morning. It's just been a delight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. See y'all tomorrow.